If you have not healed from your previous relationship, please leave relationship alone. Forget about relationship for now. If your ex, if you remember your ex and your heart is still beating fast, please leave relationship alone. If you are afraid of being alone, all you want to do is pepper your friends, pepper your enemies, pepper Instagram. That is not enough reason to enter a relationship. You have no business. That means, again, it shows lack of emotional maturity. You're trying to impress people, whether people that you know, or people that you don't know, so that they can say, oh, these guys are cute. Is that what we are here for? Is that? Everybody needs love, real love, the love of God. Whether you're single, dating, married, or you need some clarity in your relationships, Heart Drops is for you. Join me every week for fresh episodes that will improve your relationships and your society. Hi guys, welcome to another episode on Heart Drops with Zeus. Thank you for tuning in today, and shout out to Spotify for this opportunity and this collaboration. Love you. Today is for the singles. It's not an attack. Let me just start by saying, I love you guys. I love you so much. Your love is entrenched in the arteries and the veins of my body. After God and my husband, it's you people I love the most. Are we good? Glory. Today's episode is about signs that you are not ready for a relationship. Take it in. It's not about shouting God when. It's not about hating on people that are in relationships. Because every time I post something, every time I say anything about relationships, single people have suffered. Single people are going through a lot. You people don't like us. There's tension and pressure everywhere. Calm down. If they give you a relationship today, what will you do with it? If they invest relationship into your life now, what will be the returns? Will it be tears or will it be joy? You know, I've said I love you people at the beginning. Remind yourself that I say I love you. Very good. So please, it's not about doing bad belly for people in relationships. Are you ready? Are you capable to maintain a relationship? Are you? Ask yourself. So after this episode now, you will not ask yourself again, after all these things I have said, that am I truly ready? It's not because time is going, or I'm getting old, or all my friends are in relationships. It's only me that remain. Father, remember me too. It's not by that. Here are some signs that you might not be ready for a relationship yet. You will date, so you will have relationship, but not now. Let's resolve some issues first. Issue number 1. If you have not healed from your previous relationship, please leave relationship alone. Forget about relationship for now. If you remember your ex and your heart is still beating fast, please leave relationship alone. If you have unaddressed or unresolved emotional baggage, lingering anger, hurt, bitterness from your past relationship, please, you cannot build a healthy relationship like now. You need to resolve those issues. You and your maker, have a tete-a-tete. Sit down over coffee or drinks. Talk to your God and say, Father, I have not recovered from the last thing that Bolaji did to me. Any Bolaji out there, sorry. It's just the name that came to my mind. Talk to God about it first. Heal from that relationship first. Make sure that there is no... So, first of all, what were the issues in the previous relationship? Handle those ones first. Deal with those ones first before you can be ready for a new... Otherwise, because if you're still hurt, there will still be a part of you that is thinking, all men are scum, all women are scum. So you will treat your new partner like scum because the past relationship did not end well. That is why we are saying you should rest first. It's not a do or die affair. If you don't date, what's going to happen to you? If you are single for the next 1 year, I'm telling you that you will be okay. You will be breathing fine. Nothing bad will happen to you. So please rest, first of all. Heal from your ex so that you don't bleed on the next person. You don't need relationship to survive. Once again, rest. If you have not healed from rejection or from the trauma or the issues that were in your past relationship, you are going to affect this new one. You won't be able to trust them. You will not communicate well. You would subconsciously treat them bad, or maybe even worse than how you were treated in the previous relationship. This is why we are saying, please heal first. If you don't date anybody for now. You will be, in fact, you even need time to be breathing, to just enjoy life, enjoy the scenery, go out on solo dates, enjoy your friendships, because that is another problem. Some people are so hell bent on being in relationships, they neglect their friends. You need help. Your partner cannot be everything for you. They cannot do everything for you. You have friends for a reason. You have siblings for a reason. You have parents, other relationships for a reason. Enjoy those ones too. Not every time romantic love. Enjoy free love, love that is free of charge. Enjoy that one too. Not every time romance, romance, romance. So panicky. Number two, if there's lack of maturity, I know it has to do with age, but not entirely. Let me explain. If there's lack of maturity, emotional maturity especially, please rest from relationships for now. Rest. If you're not old enough, let's start with the fact that if you're not old enough to vote, yes, if you're not old enough to vote, leave relationship. You have no business in a relationship. Rest first. Focus on your academics. Are you not in school? Read your book. How about that? Figure out what you're doing with your life first. I talked about this I touched on it briefly in an episode where we are talking about green flags in relationships. If you are not a responsible person with your life, with your academics, now that you are single, what value do you have to offer to the person you are dating? Is it just vibes and ice cream? Please let it not be heard among us. So if you have to rely on other people for validation or for happiness, if you cannot enjoy your time alone, like you cannot just exist and be happy, you need somebody to be calling you babe, somebody to be calling you in the morning, good morning text for survival. The more reason you don't need a relationship, because you need to be whole. You have to be a complete person who is entering a relationship with another complete person for everything to go well in life. Do yourself a favor. So, to be ready for a relationship basically means that you are secure in yourself. I mean, we're talking about emotional maturity now. It means that you are secure in yourself. You are secure. You can affirm yourself. You don't need, I'm not saying you will not get it from other people, but it is not a need. If somebody else is loving on you from the outside, it is a plus to what you already have. It's not that if you're not in a relationship, nobody else is loving you. You can't love yourself. You don't think you are worthy of love or affection or any. No, no. That's not what we are saying. So you have to be sure of your own purpose in life first. Be sure of your values. If you don't have a strong foundation, what are you going to build on? If you don't have a strong foundation, what are you going to build on with this new person that is coming into your life? It's going to be dust upon dust. Let's not do that. So you first need to, as believers, you first need to sort out your identity in Christ. Know who you are first. Because if you don't even know where you're going in life, who will you travel with? Are you going to stop at any bus stop and be doing vibes and cruise there? Hey God. That's number two. Let's move on. Let's move on. I don't want to be emotional. Number three, poor communication. It's not about talking. It's not just in the words. If you are somebody who always avoids difficult conversations, you cannot express yourself clearly. You will have trouble listening. Everybody is telling you you're stubborn, you're stubborn, you're stubborn. Please, rest. Rest first. Rest first of all. You need to be able to have honest, effective communication, even when it is uncomfortable. Let me explain what I mean by this. You see, in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, you would have differences with your partner. Now, there will be times when you will argue. It's not possible that you will not argue. Such people are just pretending. You would argue. Now, when you argue, it's an opportunity for you to think, to introspect. Okay, where did I go wrong? Why is this thing annoying me so much? Why is this thing triggering me so much? If you are not somebody who can communicate honestly and effectively, it will be a problem in your relationship. That means that you're not self-aware, you're not willing to take corrections, you're not willing to grow. It will affect every relationship, whether romantic or not. So, if you are struggling with handling your emotions or handling conflict or taking responsibility, you are not ready for a relationship. You are not ready because conflicts are inevitable. Even in your friendships, I'm sure you have arguments once in a while. In your dating relationship, you have more arguments because you have higher expectations of your partner. So, again, if you cannot handle conflicts, what will you do? Would you walk away? Because some people are very avoidant. They're very avoidant. When there's a conflict or there's a disagreement, you walk away, you ghost your partner, you go silent for a few days. It's not going to work. It's not a healthy formula to sustain your relationship by. So you need to be able to handle all of these things with your friends. Use your friends to do practice. Should be like your friends. Use them. Use them. Practice with them. How do you resolve conflicts? Because that is how you resolve conflicts in your relationship and in your marriage, even with your children. At a point, you can't beat your children again. You have to talk and apply wisdom. The fourth one here is the fear of loneliness. Hmm. Are you dating because you are lonely? Are you dating because, or are you looking to date because you are bored? If that is your reason for dating, once again, I say rest. I've said rest like 1 million times in this episode, but you get the point. If you are afraid of being alone, all you want to do is pepper your friends, pepper your enemies, pepper Instagram. That is not enough reason to enter a relationship. You have no business. That means, again, it shows lack of emotional maturity. You're trying to impress people, whether people that you know, people that you don't know, so that they can say, oh, these guys are cute. Is that what we are here for? Is that? So it's not about showing off. Otherwise, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment. Desperation for a relationship will lead to codependent and controlling relationship patterns. This just means that if you are willing to drink from just any cup, last you will still drink poison. You be selective. I want to date. I want to date. I need a boyfriend. I want a girlfriend. Let somebody be calling me babe. That's how you will enter the gutter. You will now end up with somebody that is a child of the devil that will stress and torment you. That's not what we are here for. It's not, loneliness is not enough reason to enter a relationship. You can be alone. You can be alone and be okay. Like I said earlier, explore your other relationships. You have siblings, you have friends, if you don't have parents, you have maybe mentors or just people who are older friends. Explore those relationships. Not everything that romance can fix. It's not every void in your heart that is meant to be filled by romance. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so before I move on to the next one, let me just say that healthy boundaries will allow both partners to grow stronger individually and as a couple. That means that you're not codependent. You're not dependent on this person for survival. That means if they don't call, if they don't text you, if nobody's loving you in a romantic way, then you're not okay. If that is sort that one out first in your single life, in your single time. Sort it out first before you carry another person into your life and wound them with your own wounds. The next one now is fear of commitment. If you are somebody who is always shying away from talks of the future, making long-term plans, you're not ready for a relationship. You are not ready because a serious committed relationship will involve talking about the future. What are we doing in the next 5 years? Okay, I'm currently in school. I'll round up in 2 years. What am I doing after that? You need to be able to talk about the future. You cannot be afraid of commitments and want a relationship. It does not. It didn't collab. It's like this. It doesn't work. You cannot be afraid of the future and be looking for a relationship. You cannot be afraid of commitment and afraid of doing life with somebody, being vulnerable, being naked and unashamed, and you say you want a relationship. You don't want it. You don't want it. It's a wish. So, a relationship requires a degree of commitment and reliability, and your relationship will not thrive if your partner is hesitant to fully invest. That means if you're not going to give your all, don't bother. Again, if you're afraid of the future, you can't give your all because it's like you're walking on eggshells. I don't know. Anything can happen in 2 months. Anything can happen in 3 months, which goes back to the fact that you don't even have a plan for your life. You don't really know what you're doing. You're not responsible. You see? You don't need a relationship. The next one here is if you are selfish and unwilling to serve. When I say serve, it's not just about maybe because when most people say serve, they just think of church. No, serve like people who are older than you. When you're at work, in your academics, how do you treat other people? Are you somebody who is given to service in other kinds of relationships or other places aside church? So you need to be able to prioritize other people's needs and their wants. You can't be a selfish person that wants a relationship. I want to be happy. Make me happy. Do this for me. If he doesn't do this for me, he doesn't love me. If she doesn't do this for me, she doesn't love me. It is a relationship. Well, a healthy relationship is not about selfish people. It's about people who can be selfless, who can give themselves, who can say, even though it cost me something temporarily, for the health of this relationship, for the sake of this relationship, I am willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to let it go. So if you're a selfish person, you have no business wanting a relationship. You have no business in a relationship because that is the highest call to service. You will serve, you would make sacrifices for your partner, for that relationship to grow and to be healthy. And then the last one here is an inconsistent, but because again, I'm talking to mostly believers, right? So the last one here is somebody who has an inconsistent spiritual life, or somebody who you are not maybe aligned with, or you're not on the same, spiritual journey. Somebody who lacks spiritual discipline, who lacks steady devotion, steady prayer life, accountability in faith. If you don't have any of these things, what are you building the relationship on? There's no solid foundation for that relationship, right? So you need somebody who has, or you need to be somebody who has a close relationship with God first, because God is love. You can't love well, you can't love anybody properly if you're not loving them the right way. So that is it. A close relationship with God will provide the foundation for the growth that you need to sustain a healthy relationship. If the person, or if you don't take your spiritual growth seriously, if you don't take it seriously, you're not growing in any way, you're not disciplined, you're not devoted, it's only a matter of time. Because that means that you're not going to be a selfless person. That's just the truth, because you're just focused on what you are here, what makes you happy. I'm here to make myself happy. I'm here to please myself. You are going to be so focused on pleasing yourself and not your partner, and not honoring God in that relationship. So now these signs don't mean that you would never have a relationship or you should never date. That's not what I said. Please don't hear what I didn't say. I'm responsible for what I said, not what you heard. But please hear me well. I'm not saying that if you have any of these issues at the moment, you should not forget about love. I'm saying you should work. This is a call to work on those issues with the help of God. Work on them. Don't say because maybe I'm a selfish person, then that means I don't deserve love. That is not what I said. I'm saying this is a call to do better, to say, okay, I'm a selfish person and I don't prioritize the needs of other people around me, only mine. How can I change? How can I do better? And please do better. That is what we are here for, right? So it's not condemnation. I'm not saying, oh, then you don't deserve love. No, it just means that these are the areas that you need personal growth. These are areas that you need to look into before you now enter a relationship. These signs don't mean that you can never be in a relationship. It just means that these are the places that you need to work on, because you have to be a supportive and present partner. If you don't work on these things, you can't love anybody properly. You can't even love yourself properly. And the truth is, nobody wants a prayer point. Please work on yourself for yourself and then for other people. Because if you are better, you enjoy being better first before somebody outside can enjoy, the betterness you get. So please be a blessing. Don't be a burden. Amen. Amen. Thank you for watching today. Thank you for listening today. And if you have questions or comments, please put them in the comment section. I will attend to as many as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye. Everybody needs love, real love, the love of God. Whether you're single, dating, married, or you need some clarity in your relationships, Heart Drops is for you. Join me every week for fresh episodes that will improve your relationships and your society.